In our previous session, we have started reaction turbine, and in reaction turbine, we have seen the velocity triangle and its importance. Now, in today's session, we are going to observe one new word called degree of reaction. Okay, degree of reaction is quite important. Okay, because it is utilized to classify turbine, or you can say to recognize whether the given turbine is pure reaction turbine or impulse turbine, or you can say impulse reaction turbine. Okay, so let's begin with the definition of degree of reaction first, and then we will move toward the some of the mathematical equation, okay, by using which we are able to predict that whether the turbine is pure impulse turbine or you can say a reaction turbine. So let's begin with the definition. You can say the degree of reaction is the ratio of heat drop across the moving blade to the heat drop across the moving blade plus across the fixed blade. Okay, we know that the turbine is assembly of fixed blade as well as moving blade, particularly reaction turbine. Okay, we have one set of fixed blade, and after one set of moving blade, then again one set of fixed blade, one set of moving blade, likewise. So the degree of reaction is nothing but the ratio of heat drop across the moving blade, or you can say over the moving blade, to the total heat drop. The total heat drop is nothing but the summation of heat drop across the moving blade plus fixed blade. Here you can see we have arrangement like this. As I told you, in reaction turbine we have number of set of blade, one set of fixed blade, one set of moving blade, and one set of fixed and moving blade will constitute one stage of turbine. Okay, one stage of turbine is equal to one fixed blade set plus one set of moving blade. So here you can see whenever the steam is getting entered in fixed blade, at that time this some amount of the pressure energy is getting converted into the kinetic energy because of reduction of pressure, okay, from initial to the final. Okay, then after the steam will enter inside the moving blade, and in moving blade again the rest of the pressure energy is getting converted into the kinetic energy and pressure drop. So here you can see in HS diagram we have one saturation line. Steam is expand from the saturation line, okay, and as the steam expand you can see the entropy will increase in actual process. But if we consider pure isentropic expansion, then entropy remain constant. If we consider pure isentropic expansion, then you can say entropy will remain constant. Okay, but we need to focus on actual path. Okay, so here you can see that the H1 minus H2 will indicate enthalpy drop across the fixed blade, H2 minus H3 likewise you can correlate. Okay, so here we have this simple schematic arrangement for simplicity. Okay, keep one thing in your mind, we are not going to use this HS diagram for our mathematical dealing, but it's for your knowledge. Okay, so you can see that how the steam is getting expand in stage. Okay, now as per discussion of degree of reaction, we can write the degree of reaction RD is equal to heat drop in moving blade to the total heat drop. Heat drop in moving blade you can write delta Hm, while the total heat drop you can write delta Hf plus delta Hm. Now what about the delta Hm? Okay, how we obtain the heat drop across the moving blade? Because as the steam passing over the moving blade, the pressure energy of steam is getting into the kinetic energy. Pressure will reduce. Pressure will reduce, it means the temperature will automatically getting reduced, because P and T, I mean to say pressure and temperature both are proportional. Okay, so because of reduction of pressure, temperature will drop, so you can say it will drop. Okay, while the velocity is getting increased. So whatever amount of the pressure reduced is must be equivalent to the increase of kinetic energy from the first law of thermodynamics. Okay, so you can say delta Hm is equal to change of kinetic energy across the moving blade. Okay, while delta Hf is equal to the change of kinetic energy across the fixed blade. Simple. So here you can say delta Hm is equal to CRO square minus CR1 square divided by 2, because recall my previous session, I told you that the relative velocity at the outlet is quite high in the case of Frickson turbine compared to inlet velocity, inlet relative velocity particularly. Okay, that's why delta Hm is equal to be CRO square minus CR1 square divided by 2. Similar way, delta Hf plus delta Hm is what? You can say it is work done, because the heat drop across the stage will indicate the total work done. So you can either derive equation individually by considering delta Hf and Hm, or you can say you can directly equate delta Hf plus delta Hm is equal to be work done. We have both way with us. We can choose any one. Okay. So in this session, I would like to choose second option, that is delta Hf plus delta Hm. That is total heat drop. It must be equivalent to the work done. Okay, because it's quite easy step. Okay. So you can write the total work done is equal to Cw1 plus Cw0 multiplied by Cbl. Recall my previous session for this one. Okay, we have derived this one in our, I think, third or fourth lecture. Now put the value of Hm and the summation of Hf plus Hm in Rd equation. So you will get this kind of expression, that is Rd is equal to be Cr0 square minus Cr1 square divided by 2 times Cbl Cw1 plus Cwo. Now recall velocity triangle. Okay, from the velocity triangle you can say that the CRO is equal to CFO cosec phi and CR1 is equal to be CF1 cosec theta. Simple. Then after you can write Cw1 plus Cw0 is equal to be Cf1 cot theta plus Cfo cot phi from the triangle. Keep velocity triangle in your mind. Simple. Okay, or just recall your velocity triangle that we have covered in our previous session. So, and again for the simplicity you can say the velocity of flow, that is Cf0 Cf1 remain constant throughout the flow, just for simplicity. So you can say Cf1 equal to Cf0 plus Cf1 equal to Cf0 is equal to Cf, like this. Okay, now we need to further simplify this equation, because from this equation we can't get degree of reaction very quickly, because we need to find out the relative velocity and all those stuff, and it's quite difficult to measure relative velocity. So we need to convert this equation into simplified form of equation. Okay, into sum of quantity that are the measurable, so that we can easily get the value of degree of reaction Rd. So to do so, we need to further simplify this equation. Just put the value of CRO and CR1 and CW1 and CW0 in this equation. So you will get degree of reaction like this: Cf1 square into bracket cosec square phi minus cosec square theta divided by 2 times Cbl Cf inside bracket cot theta plus cot phi. Again we know that the cosec square phi is equal to, you can write cot square phi plus 1, and cosec square theta is equal to, you can write cot square theta plus 1. Okay, so just simplify this equation, so you will get this kind of expression, that is Rd is equal to Cf divided by 2 times Cbl inside the bracket cot square phi plus 1 minus cot square theta plus 1 divided by cot phi plus cos theta. Again simplify, you will get this kind of expression, that is CF divided by 2 times CBL inside the bracket cot square phi minus cot square theta divided by cot theta plus cot phi. Okay. Further, if you simplify, you will get final form of equation like this: the degree of reaction is equal to CF divided by 2 times CBL cot phi minus cot theta. Okay. So it is the final form of equation. Okay. By using this equation, we are able to identify the degree of friction, because for the given turbine blade we know the both angle, that is the inlet blade angle and outlet blade angle. Okay. And we are able to measure the velocity of flow very easily, because whenever the flow is leaving, at that time we need to just put the sum of the sensors. Okay. And all those stuff, we know the CBL. So from this equation we are able to identify the degree of reaction of given turbine. If the degree of reaction of turbine is 0, then you can say this type of turbine are known as impulse turbine. For pure impulse turbine, the degree of reaction is 0. And if the value of degree of reaction is equal to be 1, then you can say this turbine is reaction turbine. For pure reaction turbine, degree of reaction is equal to be 1. For pure impulse, value of RD is equal to be 0. For pure reaction turbine, the value of RD is equal to 1. And if the value of RD is in between 0 to 1, you can say this type of turbine are called as impulse reaction turbine. Impulse reaction turbine. Okay, impulse reaction turbine. So it is all about the today's session. In today's session we have covered the degree of reaction and its importance. Okay, thank you.